Target neutralized.
Do you ever find yourself not doing enough damage? Do you ever find yourself dying like a plebington? Well, worry no more, because Cyte-09 has got you covered. Permanent stealth, infinite ammo, infinite damage, legal wallhack and a big boy sniper rifle that's actually AoE. So today we have 3 insane builds: a sniper build utilizing his Exalted weapon, close your eyes and clear any exterminate in 1 minute build, and a wallhack build for any semi-stationary mission like arbitration, survival, Netra cell or defense. Starting off strong with the signature weapon Neutralizer setup. On the Warframe you want high duration, high range and high strength, without crippling the efficiency fully, so it's gonna be a lot more comfortable to play. We also do run flow for the same reason. Archon continuity can be exchanged with prime continuity, of course, it all just depends what you will do with your sniper build. But they both give us 55% duration. Rolling Guard is here for extra safety, just in case Eximus procs some statuses on us, but feel free to replace if you think the stealth is enough. Worthy camaraderie and power drift for even more damage. And let's not forget the arcanes. Crepuscular giving us strength and crit multiplier, which synergizes perfectly with Cyte cause we do have permanent stealth. And arcane rage for our sniper rifle headshots. Yes, you guessed it, more damage. And the one and only Neutralizer. Now a few things. This thing hits like a truck, but it also has absurdly low status chance. And we made it even worse with primary acuity, since multi-shot is technically status chance. But the whole point of the sniper is to aim head, cause if you don't hit the head, you don't do AoE damage. It is still worth it to go for acuity. Target acquired for more headshot multiplier. Spectral serration, cause once again we have permanent stealth. And sharpshooter, this mod is just perfect for Cyte. With our current efficiency level, we will actually regen more energy per shot than we lose. And the rest of course, crit chance, crit damage and raw viral element mods. And lastly we have primary deadhead for even more headshot multiplier. Now the funny thing how Cyte's Exalted weapon works, you can actually use Zeneric's Wellspring while having the sniper active, so I definitely suggest Zeneric for at least the start of the mission if you don't really want to use energy pads, otherwise totally up to you. Archon Shards we have are 3 Tau duration shards and 2 max corrosive stacks. You can totally ditch the duration shards, but they are really good quality of life, so even if there is downtime in the mission and you have bad aim, you should still be able to maintain your stealth. You can replace these 2 with 1 Tau corrosive stacks green, since the armor changes this is a very viable strategy if you want more parkour speed or something. Yes, the corrosive shards don't do anything for the first build, but they do make a big difference for the other 2. Only one build really changes if you don't have duration shards, and I will make sure to mention it when we get there. And for the companion of choice, it can be any robotic pretty much. This will boost all the setups but significantly the second and the third build. We have the regulars, Reinforced Bond for fire rate, Tenacious Bond for more crit damage. And then you want any weapon that can reach 50% modded crit chance, which you will then fill up with all Vigilante mods. Start off using your sniper rifle, set up your wallhack, use your second ability with pretty much any element you want, cause this is a raw damage build, and use evade so you can stack its duration. Cyte's passive gives us even more crit chance after getting a certain amount of weak point hits. This buff stays permanently on you during the mission. This has to be the most "Mom, I want aim labs and aim labs at the home" moment, but it's actually super fun and you just do millions of damage to multiple enemies with each bullet. If you have a VAC ban on Steam, now it's your time to relive your 10-year-old memories of you pre-firing your enemies and thinking you are good because you are cheating. You degenerate. Move like a shadow. Strike with force. The Archon created a Warframe that marries damage and stealth to eliminate sensitive problems, but he disappeared in the chaos of their demise. All that remains is a badge name. Cyte-09. Am I playing Avatar: The Last Airbender or Warframe? Sorry, what? And just for the love of God, don't play this build into Infested. It's so dogshit. The second build is called Zero Brain Power Requirement, and it speaks for itself. We are making the whole build around resupply. We want every single stat to be somewhat high except range, which doesn't have any purpose in this build. Catalyzing Shields is here for shield gauge, since we won't always be able to hit the weak points to keep permanent stealth. Just make sure you have at least one Augur mod on the build. In case the Catalyzing Shields feature gets fixed, just run Brief Respite. If you don't have Prime Surefooted, it can easily be replaced with running Unairu. You literally need only the first passive and switch to Operator every 40 seconds. Then we have Arcane Rise for more damage on our primary weapon. You can exchange this with Molt Augmented or if you dare, more Fire Rate, but just for the sake of not giving everyone Carpal Tunnel, we will not use more Fire Rate than necessary. And lastly we have Nourish, cause it's Nourish, equals damage, viral and energy economy. Arcane Energize scales incredibly well and gives us versatility with a school choice, but if you don't have it, I suggest sticking to Xenoric since this build is very spammy. Then the weapon we will use as a primary, Kuva Zarr. I bet you haven't seen this bad boy in a while. Progenitor absolutely doesn't matter. Whatever you have will do just fine. So what we want from this build is a big magazine capacity and a really fast fire rate, but not too fast. So we have magazine warp and magnetic capacity for more magazine. Also magnetic will help us delete any units with overguard, including Exynos units. Vial acceleration for more fire rate, and remember we have more fire rate from the companion as well. Going any over this amount will make the build really hard to pilot. Amalgam Serration, this is here primarily for speed, since we already have primary Merciless giving us base damage. If you are considering level cap or going very high level, do exchange this with a faction mod. Multi-shot, crit damage and crit chance comes without saying. And lastly, terminal velocity for more projectile speed, since we really don't need anything to do with ammo nor the VG mods. Now how to play the build. This time the element we choose matters a lot. Remember the green shards for corrosive stacks we have? Yes, we will always use corrosive with our second ability. Then we have Nourish as well, increasing our damage by up to 325%. Now you might be thinking, why the hell are we running green shards for a weapon like Kuva Zarr and that we just have way too many elements to actually strip armor? Well, if you use these balls in your head called eyeballs, you will see that one bullet actually fully strips a group of enemies. Here is the interesting thing. Against some enemies you can absolutely keep up the stealth even with the Kuva Zarr. I've noticed this specifically working in the Hex region and working a lot less in other regions. So if you are in the Hex you can use a stealth, but where you will not be able to hit weak points, I suggest using Evade basically as rolling guard. In case you get a hit proc or something, just use Evade as it cleanses everything. Even though it doesn't say it anywhere, but it definitely works. Well, this is the Exterminate build. Just fly around and hold left click while using your resupply when you're about to run out of magazine. Just a disclaimer that when you are not hosting, there is a chance that you will need to let go of your left click while using resupply, or you will be stuck and your resupply won't work. I don't see like a pattern, it just randomly happens and it is pretty annoying, but I found a way to work around it, so there you go. Remember to keep Nourish up because it increases our damage significantly. And the last build we have a pretty similar build to the second one. Only thing we do differently is we actually need the range in this one, because we are bringing back the wallhack. And we have Arcane Tempo for more fire rate on our primary weapon, because this weapon compared to Kuva Zarr will have a lot more magazine capacity. And our subzoom is Nourish once again. Now if you don't have duration shards, I suggest using Constitution or Augur Message instead of Augur Secrets. It will be totally fine. Our build once again will revolve around resupply. Our weapon for the final build will be Kuva Sobek. This time the progenitor actually matters and we go for Toxin. If you don't have Toxin, the build still can work, but it will be weaker, because we are very thin on mod space, considering Sobek needs 2 extra mods to function, pretty much. These mods being Acid Shells, which gives the weapon AoE damage, and Clip Delegation, which boosts multi-shot and State of Chance significantly. Then we have more multi-shot. This weapon scales amazingly well with multi-shot, primed point blank for more base damage, critical deceleration for more crit chance. Galvanized Savi, since we have like 1 million status effects on every enemy, and primed ammo stock for more magazine capacity. Now if you do have a Riven, this is almost the best possible roll for this build, with multi-shot and fire rate. Negative could of course be better. And if you don't have a Riven, don't worry about it, just put Shotgun Barrage instead here. And you probably noticed that we don't have any crit damage from the mods. Well, make room for Primary Blight, which will not only give us crit damage, but even more multi-shot whenever we proc Toxin status. You do need stacks for the full power of the weapon, and we use Corrosive status once again for full strip. To make use fully of the clip delegation, you don't want to use resupply too early, you want to use it the earliest when you have less than half your magazine. This is why you want to use Nourish for shield gating sometimes, or pop Evade when you're under heavy fire. It is gonna be hard to keep Evade active all the time, cause the explosion from acid shells will not extend it. Use it as a panic button like before. This build can absolutely go insane in arbitration and might actually be better than Ogre strat, but it will definitely be a lot more effort, so it's on you to decide what you want to do. Well, the final thoughts, one of the best frame releases in a while. Cyte is slowly becoming my favorite frame. He absolutely excels at speedruns and doing things efficiently. Compared to a high-end meta frame, let's say Siren, they are very similar in power level and are both very playable in almost all missions. So rise up, Cyte mains, and let's show the world what we can do. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new about this amazing frame. If you want to see more builds and guides, be sure to leave a like and a subscribe. And share the video with your mom. I will catch you in the next one.